Hello, this is City Manager Alex Nguyen, and this is the pre-recorded video for the Community Services, Public Safety, Housing, and Development Committee meeting of Tuesday, September 12th. The item here is regarding the consideration of the concept to transform the Carnegie Art Museum into the Carnegie Art Center. So the recommendation at this point, first and foremost, there are no final or even near final decisions being asked of the committee or the council at the outset. So for starters, it's to receive this report where we will discuss, again, consideration concept to transform what was the Carnegie Art Museum into a future Carnegie Arts Center. And at the committee, we hope to have discussion and hear about any questions or other information that the committee would like to have in order to determine if they have enough of a comfort level to forward the discussion onto the full city council for further discussion. That'll be the extent of what's being requested at the committee. So again, no decision will be made even to recommend that we do this, rather to recommend at most furthering the conversation to the city council. In the staff report, you'll see brief background regarding the museum. Attached to the staff report, importantly, is a study that was conducted back in 2005. At that time, the intent was a study to determine and justify, if appropriate, a potential expansion of the Carnegie Art Museum. There's a lot of interesting and important information in that study, so we certainly encourage people to take the time to review that study. Again, that is attached to this report. So here is the bottom line from staff's perspective, which is the Carnegie Art Museum is simply not able to function and exist and serve as a municipal art museum without, of course, almost total subsidy from the local government. So that's one aspect of it. The other aspect of it is just the restrictions or constrictions with regard to the sheer size of the building and the available exhibit space. Again, there's good discussion about that in the study that was conducted in 2005. And then the ability for city staff to operate it as a viable municipal art museum. So in the report, you'll see we discuss information about that has comparisons to other museums. Specifically, we go back and we update the dozen or so museums that the 2005 study made comparisons to, just to give everyone a sense of what it takes to run a local art museum this day and age. And the bottom line is, while there may be one or two exceptions, there really are no more municipal art museums left, certainly not in California. And there's reasons for that. Much of it, I believe, has to do with the economics of it, the finances of it, but also the inability for local government to run a successful art museum. So our proposal is to keep the Carnegie serving as an art center for this community. And at first blush, what we are recommending is that we wind down permanently the museum, and we can address the issue, the question surrounding what we would do with the museum collection, which parts of that I understand are quite precious. So we would handle that appropriately if and when we get to that decision point. But until we get there, what we propose is that a Carnegie Arts Center would serve, in the beginning at least, we would serve three areas. One is it would be a center for formal arts instruction provided to the youth that are in the city's recreation programs after school as well as over the summertime. Two, in the evenings, it could serve as an actual art gallery providing exhibition space for local artists. We would treat that as a real art gallery, which means there would be a revenue split. So I want to be clear, it would not be an all-out, fully subsidized space. There would be a revenue split, just as with other art galleries. And then finally, it's very possible that we could rent the space out on the weekends for certain kinds of special events, as long as the events themselves were size appropriate in terms of the fire code capacity for that space. So we can determine the details and come up with the plans if the committee and eventually the council is open to and accepts this concept. So again, please look at the staff report. Please look at the attachments with the study from 2005, and then the secondary attachment, attachment B, is an updated data surrounding the finances of the same museums that were used to compare comparison museums for our museum from the 2005 study. I think that will be very informative to everyone. So looking forward to much more discussion. And again, this is only the first public conversation about this. We are not looking for a fast decision on this. I understand that this is going to require more conversation. There should be many more questions, and we just want to have this work through the public process and take the time that is necessary. So with that, please look at the staff report, look at both attachments, and we certainly look forward to all forms of participation when this comes to the committee on Tuesday, September 12th, as well as eventually it'll come to the full city council. Thank you. See you there.